All right. We're going to talk a little bit about something called Jamboard. And some people might use them in Google Meets, and some people might use them in other places. But I'm going to show you where you can find them in a couple of places. All right. So the first place that I'm going to go to is my Google Drive. And if I click on New and I hover over More, there is Google Jamboard. There it is. And it's going to open up my Google Jamboard. Okay. So now here in my Google Jamboard, I have the ability to write. I can erase. This is just like a big whiteboard. I can put a sticky note on here, right? There's my sticky note. I can change the color of my sticky note. I can type something out, and it will put that sticky note anywhere on here that I want. I can add an image. I can add images from my desktop. I can add images from Google. This should look familiar to you by now. I love going to the Google image search and finding images. I can add circles. I can add a text box, and I can use a laser. This is kind of neat. Okay, you see that it's there, and then it's kind of gone. And this is more for like the presentation piece. All right, but I have all of these options here. And you'll notice up here, it says that this is 1 of 1. So if I click this little arrow here, now I've got 2 of 2. So now I have two, almost like 2 different slides, right? And then I can add more and more and more and more and more. And this is a great tool to use. You can open up one of these straight in a Google Meet. It puts a link and the kids can get in, and you can have up to 50 people in a Google Jamboard. If you put any more in there, you'll break the Jamboard. So max number is 50. But these are really fun. Now, sharing out, is that difficult? If I click the share button, this should look really, really, really familiar. You get the link, you send the link out, you add people to your Jamboard, just like you do with a document, just like you do with anything. And guess what? If you were to assign this in Google Classroom, same thing. You create your Jamboard, and then you assign it in Google Classroom through your Google Drive. Same thing. So Jamboard is a great whiteboard application. And again, you can add all kinds of things. You can use it for presentations. You could have it for kids to write stuff on and to collaborate on. It is a really great tool. And it's because, we're still kind of dealing with this COVID thing, and we don't want kids collaborating together at a whiteboard or an ID board yet at the campuses. We kind of we're still trying to keep kids, being able to sit near each other, but not necessarily hands on top of hands while we're working on an ID board. So this would be a really great alternative to use. Instead of using having all the kids go up to the ID board, you could actually show this on the ID board and then scroll through that and show what each student is doing within their part of the Jamboard. So try to use it. And if you have any questions about using it, just send us an email. I'm at mdaniel@ysc.net.